a variety of build quote here, so I was going to do landscape. I realized it's going to make a big change, so I thought, why not live stream it, building the quarry. So the idea I want to build a quarry because it's a big curve and it makes really no sense going around like that unless there's something here. And I thought, this village getting so much material wise thing. I've also worked out where we're going to build other things, which I'll show later. But specifically, yeah, I thought building a crow would be a nice idea. So that's what we're doing at the moment. A moment. So right now we're just doing some terrain work. Um, and then we'll go back around and dig areas we want with the quarry. Um, you know, we're gonna use TNT to blow holes in it. First, so I'm just gonna turn the TNT on because I turned it off. So pretty much we're gonna go from here all around to there, around this hill, and we're gonna go all the way over around here and around there. So all this is gonna be just covered with stone. We're not gonna worry about digging the whole dirt up. We're just gonna put it over. That's what we're gonna get because it's aesthetic reasons. That's why we're doing it. We're not doing it for anything else. So leaving it like I think like this we do like that. There we go. So make this all stone here. Gonna knock it all out first. Okay. Go. So if we had our axiom, we could just convert this all into stone and be done. Which is a bit, but what can we do? Do that. There we go. No, I did see another creator make it a quarry. And when he built it, it's cool. It's cool. And that's all me like that's where inspiration is really coming from. This with this sort of design where it's open like this. But his quarry, where it is, it's right next to his main kingdom. But I'm like, kingdoms wouldn't have the quarry next to their citizens because it produces a lot of, you know, things which are harmful to the body. So naturally, they wouldn't have, um, like, they wouldn't have it next to a village or farmland because they will kill all the crops and it can, poison the crops. I am gonna probably put like a stone fence around with the lights in because I do want villages here, but I want like a bunch of stonemasons. And so I want to put, a bunch of torches and buildings and mix it with this quarry, which is going to have fence around it and where, the quarry's going to be lit up. So I should be able to make, have villages around here with a bunch of jobs and that, kind of stone and all that. And should have villages actually around here moving around. If I build it properly and put, light here and put, stone fence there just to stop them from getting in all along, I should be able to put villages in here with buildings and all that. And I should be able to, put houses, houses with, just beds in there and then the things out here. And I should have like villages actually roaming around in this, so I actually feel a lot more alive, which is gonna make it really cool. Go away, please. My goodness. I'm gonna go on again, but dude, I'm gonna go to the live stream tonight, but it's not gonna be Minecraft, guys. It's probably going to be like Fortnite, something like that, or something. Maybe do Minecraft, maybe I don't know. But I haven't named them, so I'll let you guys have a name next time when we do Minecraft. Can you get off? Right, back up. Oh my goodness, you really are not. How do I hear villager? It doesn't count as a sword, so it's still gonna knock out the block. So, go on this. I'm just gonna do something like this, to be honest. I really don't want to knock it. I want this place on, to be honest. I know that's like a lazy thing to do, but no, I'm actually gonna knock it out. It won't look good if I just place it. So, um, this is a willy thing, which is annoying. So this is why we want to try and knock most of this out. If you hear chickens in the background, I'm so sorry. I can't help those chickens in the background. So it's going to take so long. I think I'm going to have to do it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. So we'll do that. Yeah, we just mark it and just do pieces by pieces. I think I'll make it. Doing piece by piece will make it feel way more. I say it will make it feel way more quicker. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, that's looking good. We will get some stone slabs and put the stone slabs in. The stone slabs will help with the aesthetic look. I don't get why, like, I don't get when they put the blocks in. They never thought to put, slabs in on the Virgin. Gotta make sure it's 2, because that means if I don't, it's gonna look really odd. By this is fine because I can do that, but I need to make sure that naturally you can get up with a single thing. If it's not, well then we have a problem. That will do. Boom, boom, boom. Then we're gonna go down here. Right now, this is concerning. Up here, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna come here and do that. We're gonna make this out more. I don't know how I'm going to put lights in here to make it look natural, but I will definitely have to do some way of doing it. I'm not going to worry about the, this, making sure it makes, because I don't think I need it at all, to be honest. That, smell that, that would be perfectly fine. And then come down like this. That. Now, I've never actually built a quarry in my life in Minecraft. I've never built a quarry like this one, which we're going to build. I've never built one like it. One being really just... I've never actually taken time to build a big quarry in Minecraft. There's a lot of things that I have never actually built in Minecraft. Which is going to be one thing which is going to be tough, because if I do build, there's going to be I'm going to build some crap builds in this world before I get the right build to work out, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's all actually pretty good. We got to keep doing this. I'm just going to try and get at least this side done, and then move up to here, because I'm thinking about putting a build here, which is going to make fine, which I'm going to do this, create this terrain, but pretty much I'm going to, build a crane here, which is going to go down. It's just going to have a crane going down and up. And then, yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. Can you go away, please? You know, and there we go. Okay. Yeah, so we got this side done. This is exactly what I'm trying to get the look. I'm trying to get a look at the layers. Now we're just gonna get this here all stone, and then we can build a crane over to here, and then I'm probably gonna do what we did with the village. Um, build a wall from there to about here, and then have the stone wall, have that same thing here, but here, and then we're gonna build like a pathway from, there, from there down to there, up to there, and then we're gonna make like a gate, like a good gate. Not like a big massive gate, just a gate where it shows, this is territory, you know. Yes, everyone wants to be respected, but not in the sort of respect you want. Everyone to be respected in kind, not respected in power. You want to be respected in power, not kindness. Right, I'm just going to take a break, guys. Get something to drink and eat, and I'll come back. So what we'll do now, so we'll try and just get this here covered with, throughout the layer covered with stone. And then we'll build a wall here around with an entrance probably there. And then we'll put stone walls around so that means no mobs can get in. And then from there, or we could do, we could put um, 2 high layered wall in, maybe 3 high. We'll figure out that. What we do is we get this wall. Once we get this sword stone, we get the wall and the entrance in, and then we'll see how we want to feel about that. But that we'll do after once we don't have a break. And then this here we'll definitely try and put something in here and just label up that. Um, you know, so yeah, always try and make it as much realistic as possible. And we'll keep going with the slabs, which we've been doing. We'll keep going with the slabs, to keep that aesthetic look. But specifically like over here, over here we'll do perfectly. So, keep that aesthetic look to make it smooth like a quarry would be. We will definitely um, keep with the smooth stone, with the stone all around. So I'll be back. Right, I'm back, guys. Going to myself a good old cuppa. You know what that is? I'm gonna put my fan on because it's hot. Okay. Right, let's get. And also, we also got to, the reason why I also want to do the end first and then the never is because I want to build a building wherever the never portal spawns, and I'm going to also do a building, and I'm also going to redo the end island. So basically, the two biggest, the two, the first, these, the never and the end are going to take longer in completion just because we were going to re-customize the, you know, island, the main island, and wherever the portal stands as well, basically. So to do that, we need to you know, make sure that we have thing. This out. That's okay. And for other thing too is that the kingdom is gonna be a lot more bigger in terms of at least every way. So the farms, it's gonna has at least 15 or 25, or no, at least 20 crops, and it feels gonna be are going to be like way bigger. So yeah, and it's gonna have multiple animals. There'll be like, you'll have cows, but they'll have multiple barns, of the cow. It'll have all the type of cows, probably maybe not, depending. But yeah, so the kingdoms are gonna have a lot of work to do because they're gonna have a lot of things to build for their kingdom. They're gonna have a lot. There's gonna be a lot more villages there. You know, it'll most likely lag. That's what my aim is probably gonna try and be, but I don't want it to the point where you know it's gonna yeah. It's gonna be out the place. Thing is that only like spawns are like 16. I have a where he spawns 16 chunks. That's with all the chunks around, but that's with anything distance of mobs and that. So it won't. That's the main thing. So it actually won't lag. Even if I had 1,000 villages, it won't lag because as soon as you leave that chunk, the villages despawn. And it's all with all the villages. So when I'm not near that village, close to that village, it will all the villages despawn. But as soon as you get close to it, they spawn back. So yeah, they're all despawned, all that season. But when you get close, now the villages should see now they're spawned in. It's all the same with like this over here. So I don't have like mods where it increases the distance, radius distance, which I can't get on PlayStation. It won't spawn in the chunks and that, but that's fine. I love that because that means I can play and add so many things and I won't lag. So yeah, oh, this is looking good. It's looking good. I think. Um, so I think, do we want to make it that long? I'm probably am going to make this extend this all into about here. I need a decent away from this hole, so I'll probably put it around there, around to around here. So we'll try and get this thing here done next. So do it in chunks always helps understand what you're working on. And it does make it feel like it goes faster. So if you are doing landscape, it's doing in chunks. It's not going to go faster, but it will feel faster in your brain, so it'll make it way more easier to do. so we'll do this stretch next. What we're doing. Do this. Oh, come on. I was on a video and Slayer was going 112 miles an hour. It was on an R6. I don't know how that's so much in miles. But my bike, I'm pretty sure goes faster than that. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. But my bike goes 140 miles an hour. I don't know how that much would be in America, but that's why I don't know. I will see tonight, but I think because I want to get R7 or the latest version of that bike. But if the R6 goes like 112 miles an hour or 112 miles an hour to 115, it's like, that's slow. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or harsh, but that's slow. Like, that is slow. Don't know, there's a lot of people out there who ride bikes and don't know how to ride them and they get themselves killed. Most of the time they're speeding. But there are cases where they don't, but it's people being stupid. I saw one where this guy was trying to away from the cops and he smacked. I mean, he smacked a car and he died, which was not good, but he tried to away from the cops and he fully. A lady was pulled out in front of him because she was turning, but it wasn't her fault, you know. If you're not, this is the thing, like if you aren't speeding, generally, if you aren't speeding, if you're behind someone, you and stay 3 seconds behind, and if you see you're getting closer to them, brake a bit and make sure. If you're always 3 seconds behind the car, there's and there's always going you will brake in time because it takes about I think it takes around 1 second and a half for you to actually react to braking, and then it takes around 1 second and a half to finish. That's all through. That's no matter speed you're going. But the more speed you're going, the more distance you'll fall. So if someone's going 90 and I'm fishing behind them and they decide to brake, I'm going to brake, but I'm going to brake a long distance, but still going to take around 1.5 seconds to brake. But it's going to be a longer distance. And that's why if you don't keep the 3 seconds, you aren't going to brake in time. You're going to smack their car. Which I get really annoyed. I hate tailors. It's like driving and you got people behind you just constantly just on your tail, not leaving any room. Ridiculous in my opinion. Come on, bro. Alright, cool. Okay. I just say we're not going to worry about that bit yet. We're just going to go where we have to. I want to try and make it maybe it off a sort of a bit of a circle. But yeah, that'll be good. Then I want to feel make sure it feels natural. Uh, yeah, definitely gotta watch that out. Oh no. T-Bag has ripped and all the black tea, all the tea thing stuff is in there. But oh my damn. Oh, I did not do that. I'm gonna do this. Makes a lot more sense with this one. And then we'll build the path around. Yeah, that's good. I do like having it here and then definitely bringing it up here. Um, Well, I'll probably bring it like curve it down here and bring it up like that, to be honest. Um, yeah. I want to try and do something. It might look weird now, but I'm thinking about that right idea. What we're going to do is we're going to bring it down like this and bring it up like here. And then we're going to get dirt and bring like a raised bit. So it looks like this is where they've been chucking all the dirt and all the like the useless stone. You know what I mean? So they've been getting. But I think that's what we use that area for. And I think that'll be a perfect area for it. Let me just get some of this lab in. Because I really want to know what's actually going to really look like with this lab. So get all these slabs in, then we have a really, then we'll know what we get a good idea what it's going to look like with these slabs. Yeah, I like it already. I can tell I like it. That's so much better. I love it already. The slabs, see, the slabs make it look less blocky. Not in the center. I love the blockiness of Minecraft. I love it, but it doesn't. But it, how to explain it? It keeps it, but it adds more depth into the blockness of it, and so yeah. And if it's carrying around, it wouldn't make sense really for them to have a big, steep area at all. Mm, okay. Oh yeah. Do I wanna? Okay. Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah. Oh my. The tea bag split. Yeah. There's all tea in my thing. You want to know? It is 34 degrees in where I live at the moment. 34 degrees. Dun, 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 dun. Ugh. Yeah, it just doesn't. This doesn't feel. This doesn't make sense with this car. I think going like this and bringing it down more to about here and going down like that probably makes more sense. Um, yeah, I think that makes more sense overall in general doing that. The reason why I think that is because if it was a quarry, they'll need it also. This is where the part of the building would be. Well, I think, but if they're a quarry, they'll need somewhere to put all the crap, stones and that. So I'm gonna try and make this more all stone and probably bring it here and make like a just a I don't know, wall, some sort of dirt. I'll do something like this, and then do it with cross dirt and make a kind of cross dirt area, and just make this like a pile cross dirt. It might work very well. And then I can put some moss over it and all that sort of stuff. And it'll look great. Like that. Really nice. I think that would do actually. Yeah. It doesn't look that great. Oh my goodness, it looks so terrible. Let me like this. Yeah, it's looking better. Yeah, I think doing that. Um, I really, yeah, doing that. I'm hoping to start over here as well. The whole point is that, and then this here would be just a barrier which I use to cut off. I think we could technically, um, if we wanted to, bring this up more. Yeah, I think doing like this, yeah, because I need to also make the terrain. It does look a bit odd if it's, for the terrain being that low and, um, you know, does my ears a bit odd. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna, there you go. All right, cool. We're gonna. Oh, we could do this. Should we? I might do it actually. I'll bring the same level up to here for it and see how we go. Because I don't want to bring it to the exact same level as the inner hill at all. Just make sure it ends. I don't want to continue to go in this um, hole. There's water. Get water, it'll be way more quicker. We're gonna do this. Nice away about specifically picking up any, looking at any weeds or flowers. Perfect. settings here. Cool. I'm going to some bone meal because I think I'll make it so much more better. We're going to we'll do this. Even get that bone meal going. Yeah, it does look a lot better with bone meal, I'm not going to lie. So we'll some that. And then we'll have to. There we go. Almost there. Right, cool. Just gotta go up here, then we're done. Now I'm just gonna figure out how we're gonna make it not really awkward. The exit of the. We're gonna make sure that the stone doesn't big off by leaving in a weird like way. I think that's good. That's ugly. I hate it already. I like that better. Now your bone meal to separate all this. Perfect. Like this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. Oh, there's some golden stone. I didn't know that. We're definitely going to utilize that in this build a lot. You know, I could do that. Where I could be on the grass. I thought the stone what over there was just a glitch. We didn't know I actually could grind stone, so at least we know that. And we'll definitely utilize that in this build when we put vegetation throughout it. Can you not move? I want us to get rid of this villager. Who's good now? Okay, and then we can do, yeah, over here. Over here. That's nice. Okay, and then we're gonna go for here with the slabs. Okay. Do this. Then we just got this. Um, so yeah, so next, what I just want to get this done on screen because it's a big change, but I will definitely, and then this I've also done this that was really quick. Things which are really quick are due off screen, but we are going to, you know, if it's going to be at least 2 hours, I'll do it on screen. But yeah, so next when we do this, I'll do with my cousin. I'm going to be working on this. I will be doing definitely a fence and definitely a gate entrance into the place, which will be probably over here somewhere. And then we'll build a building, we'll build cranes, well, at least one big crane, and then we'll build, some sheds where you've got carts, stone, all the necessary things to make it feel like a quarry, and we'll definitely put beds and, make sure the whole place is lit up. So that means, and I'm also gonna just stick with the fence walls along here, so you can actually look in and see the villages, um, while you're going across, to make it feel alive. Um, so yeah, so I won't do that now, actually, but that's what we're going to do. There's no stone wall, isn't there? I want to use this stone before then. Yeah, I might change it up eventually, but yeah, as I said, I'm definitely going to keep, this side of a wall like this on the outside, um, just so um, that the you know, villagers stay safe, and that yeah, because I will change it, but again, this is a quarry. It's not meant to be amazing. It's meant to be run down, so that's why I'm a bit concerned of actually putting a proper, you know, industrial, proper protective wall. It is only a quarry. So, yeah. Let me, yeah, so that means, you come here and you can see, the village is working. I'm gonna try and get at least, because seeing that can be thing, we can put a lot of beds just on the ground and hid them. So I'm gonna try and build a big building, so like Armory over here, and it's gonna have at least 15, 10 beds with all the jobs inside, and that. And then we're gonna put at least another 15 beds outside here, outside covered with trap doors, and and we're gonna put at least 15, you know, 15 stonemason working things in here all around. This hole, we're definitely gonna put barriers and just probably a gate somewhere so they can get down. But yeah, so this hole is gonna be, we're gonna customize that hole for fit it. So that means we'll have at least 10 villages in this area, and at least 15 villages are definitely outside, wandering. And we're gonna put, pickaxes all around it and all that sort of thing. We're gonna make it really feel alive. That's pretty much our goal, is to make it feel alive as much as possible. So that's why we're gonna do. And so we're gonna try and do that with every other thing. Um, Not really farm fields, but it just takes too much work trying to keep it spawn proof and trying to the village to survive. Um, because what happens, the farms start to not look like farms when you put a lot of they call it things in there, which you know, I gotta put another one there, so that means they can't jump, or go to at least two away from there, two away from there, and then we're going to go again like this. Okay, and then yeah, cool. So that means you can go here and you can look at, you know, the village is actually working. I might keep it definitely sown. I think definitely sown, but yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching. And if you do enjoy this sort of thing, please let me know. Because this, I want, you know, there's gonna be a lot more to it. So yeah, so again, and also we reason why I also want to do this because I want to try and decorate the paths and put unique things along them. Instead of having a plain path, and that's why, because when you get to here, you see this. So I don't really need to worry about this section. You get the village here. Um, so there's already, you know, the village, so I don't need to worry about that. I say, and this here is the banner too. So which is pretty simple banner. So yeah, this is their banner, which is gonna be all around. I will put those like same banner thing over there. It's the industrial area. Um, so and all these here have the exact same banner on top. You know, same with ships. Um, and so making sure that right over here, is to make sure that, you know, they know which they belong to. Because okay, good. No, they're do it small straight like that. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the whole. So that's their flag. The idea I want to do is specifically try and get some N stuff. So, if you look at it, this represents the end sky. I was going to do like a black shade on the bottom, but I thought I don't want that because I want to do that really for the stronghold. Because the strongholds mainly would be, you know, things. So I am going to do that for the stronghold. Um, but the whole point is that the end is like heaven. So the whole point is that I want to make this, you know, like the new, like the thing, that there, the purple, and then I wanted this to be the, you know, the walk through thing. It's hard to see because it's like, you know, daytime. So, but it looks really nice when it's nighttime. But yeah, so thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, please leave a like, let me know. And yeah, the mods shouldn't be knocking these out. How's this area? Oh, look, we still got foggies. I love it. We are definitely going to do a massive work on this other pond. We're definitely going to do that. So we're probably it's going to be easier because we only have to really do it on one side, who is next to a massive river connected to. So we only have to do it on one side, and then we only have to do it for. I've also made sure that I'm keeping all the lights off the bridges except for this camera. Because, you know, yeah, so I've decided to take the you know, lights off these bridges. I think it looks really odd with it. Didn't really like it. As you see, I'm doing right now. took the last work on this bridge. But yeah, as I was saying, we need this here, not this, but specifically this. I am gonna do a bunch of work on this. We'll start with this end over here. Okay, again, like we say, we're gonna do bit by bit. So I'll work this section here. I'll do this area here. This is gonna be a big project, so I'll do it myself off screen. Because it's a bit boring. There's like no major difference why doing it. But so we'll do section myself. So I'll do this, make this a section, finish this off, and then we'll do this section here, and then I'll do that section. It's just such a big area. It's going to be easy if I divide it up into sections. So yeah. And I've also looked at this map. So we're going to build a village onto the top. There's a village right to the top. And we're going to build a outpost near to the left. And this one here, we're going to build it legit over across this river, the outpost. We're going to build it over here, this outpost. And we're building other outposts at our village. But the prior point of outposts is that they're defensive positions. So they're designed to protect the village they are where they're near. So that's what we're going to use it for. We're going to use it to protect the actual village. So we're probably going to do it mainly here. It was here or somewhere around here. This is where we're going to do it. And then the other one is going to be, yeah, as I said. So then the ocean's over there, near to the top right, but I'll ready to start where we're going to build the kingdom. Yeah, I found a good section where there's a village where we can base it at. So we can do that. Or I could do it over here. It depends where we want to do it. If I want to do it over here, I could do it over here because it's more flatter, which I might. Or over here, see how maybe over here, this section, this might be over here. Or over here. I might do it over here. But the whole point of it, the outposts are designed to be like a safe haven for the villagers. So if there's going to be an attack, they could run to the outpost, and then the soldiers would, because in a normal village there would be soldiers, and then when the attackers come, the soldiers will defend, and they send a horde, and then the defenders from the outpost come to defend the village. That's how they're actually meant to work. So yeah. But yeah, as I say, I got, make sure the flags are in a reasonable spot. I don't want flags in a really odd spot. I find it really weird doing that. Make sure there's a banner above the door and a banner. Where's the banner? Oh yeah, there's a banner definitely there. Yeah, so said, guys enjoy it. Let me know. And next, we're definitely going to be working on that quarry, getting it done, dusted, and done. And then from there, we can do. Probably thinking about if I want to add more things to the pathway, but definitely the funds for that quarry, we would definitely do that. I'm thinking about adding like a dock, an old broken dock with a wrecked house. Definitely something like that, somewhere. And we're definitely going to build an outpost. So you might think about that next. So yeah, we're definitely going to finish the quarry, and then we'll think about where we're going to build that outpost. I'm thinking about building an outpost between the quarry and near the village. So where you have where the bridge is, we'll put where the bridge is. We'll make a alternative path, which goes to the outpost, which connects back to the quarry. We'll do that outpost once we do the quarry, and then on the way we'll just walk it, and then we'll walk it and we'll think of ideas along the way. So yeah, we'll do that. So again, thank you, and I I'll see you guys next time.